So we got a call for a 4-year-old wandering in the street. Some concerned citizens had called it in. We get these calls from time to time, an unintended child. And if they're below a certain age, it's not legal, and we think that they're in need of assistance. So initially, the patrol shift had responded to take the call, but I knew that this was their last day. They were getting off, so I just headed over there to see if I could offer some assistance. And at that point, Robbie Young had already spoken with Aiden, and they had ascertained which house he had was his. And Aiden, he's 4 years old, he was able to enter the cipher lock and get into the house, and they ended up FaceTiming on the iPad with his aunt, and his aunt was very concerned. This is uncharacteristic, because typically when we get these calls, it's a child who's in need of in distress, or not dressed for the weather, or just walking around shoeless. And this Aiden was dressed for the weather. He was very articulate. He was something just didn't make sense. It was a very clean house. The dryer was going. Something was amiss. So we ended up, once the aunt came to the house, the uncle came to the house, the father turned back around, we still weren't able to get mom on the phone, and everyone was concerned that it's very unlike her. I called the school, Clopper Mill, and they said that Aiden didn't go to school that day. He was supposed to be going to a dental appointment and with his mother. So working with the family, working with emergency communications, we were able to figure out what car mom was driving, and maybe where the dentist was, and which school she would have been, maybe where she would go. We got information that she was diabetic, and then once Aiden was talking with his family, he was able to convey to us that he thought mommy was sleeping in the car. So at that point, we were concerned that she was having a medical emergency, and we wanted to make sure that we could get to her and render aid. So I asked on the air if dispatch officers to the elementary schools and to the emergency clinic and the dental office and some other locations that I thought maybe she would be at, and gave them the idea of what car we're looking for and who we're looking for. And Officer Logan was on his way into work. He hadn't even started his shift, I don't think. He swung by the elementary school and was able to find the car. It was idling in the bus turn lane right outside the school with the other child, Malia, the 5-year-old, in the backseat, very upset. The mom was in some sort of medical distress and was not conscious at the time.
Hi, I'm Commander Mark Plazinski of the 5th District, and I oftentimes get to speak about heroic activities of officers. Today, I'm blessed to get to talk about two heroes that are not police officers, but did a great job for us here in Germantown. This is Aiden George and his sister Malia, and the week of Christmas, their mom Tricia had a medical emergency in the parking lot of Waters Elementary School. Malia stayed with her mom, and Aiden decided he was going to go get help. He walked over 1/3 of a mile on that cold day to his house, looking for somebody to help his mom. Aiden got to the house, and at that time we were fortunate that he had contact with Sergeant Pete Johnson, the gentleman in the green jacket there. Sergeant Johnson was able to talk to Aiden, determine that there was a medical issue with his mother, and then work with family members to find out where mom was supposed to be over the course of that day. Sergeant Johnson sent officers from all over the 5th District to different locations in the 5th District. Aiden's dentist, the schools, Malia's school, Aiden's school, and one of our off-duty officers, Officer Logan, was able to locate Tricia, Aiden's mother, in medical distress there, and was able to get her the help we needed. We are so proud of our young residents, Aiden and Malia, working with the police to get their mom the help that they needed. They are true heroes, and I think it's wonderful that they partnered with the 5th District officers, and they trusted us to do that. And we would encourage all the parents to tell your children if they're in trouble, if they're in danger, if they need some sort of a help, they can always go to their police officers, and we're gonna take care of them. I have a couple things I want to present to them because they were so good and so heroic. I'm going to give Aiden his police badge, and we hope that he considers the Montgomery County Police, along with Malia, as a future career opportunity, because they displayed all the characteristics that we love in our police officers. They were courageous, they were resourceful, and they were helpful, and they cared about their mom, and this had a really happy ending. So we are very happy for everything that they did for the community, and for Aiden's efforts walking out there that cold day. We're also presenting him a commander's certificate for all the work that he did. So, thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Malia. You guys are true heroes to the 5th District and to all of Montgomery County. So we're very proud that you are here with us. And is there anything you would like to
You know, I think this is a great example of us, the Montgomery County Police Department partnering with members of our community. What makes this unique is just the young age of both Malia and Aiden. I think it speaks to the way they were raised, that they reacted to what could have been a tragic situation and were resilient enough to get help, work with the police, and get their mother the help that she needed. I would encourage all parents to talk to their kids about what to do in a moment of crisis, to seek out a member of public safety, a fireman, a police officer, somebody that is a trusted adult that can help them in a case like this where they need it. This was could have been a tragic event that occurred the week of Christmas, and instead it ends up being something that's a very, very nice story, very heartwarming, and a great opportunity for us to celebrate this young man and young girl.